Hello and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we'll see about XXE attack, which is XML external entity attack. So first of all, you can see the bunch of a gibberish over here that is written. It is a type of a server-side request forgery attack, which is SSRF attack, where the attacker is able to cause the denial of services. So this is a bunch of gibberish I've just included to just make you are basically giving you understanding about these terms, some of these terms, but all you need to know is from here. So it is saying that it is used to assess the local and remote files. That means it allows us to enclose some of these files like a local, that is a client files, or the server files, or the services, by abusing or basically using, that is the feature of XML parsers. So these are the parsers or a compiler that is going to execute our XML code. So we'll basically make use of XML payload to enclose some of these files of the server and the client, and this is the XXE attack. So basically it is going to be this attack. So let's see about what is the XML. So first of all, XML is a vastly used format data, or basically the format which is found in everything, that is from the web services, that can be the SOAP or the REST services, to the documents, every documents, and the image file. So this is the data format. So XML is a type of format where you just store the data, and its use is from different web services to document to basically all image files. So naturally, where there is XML, there is a XML parser that is bound with it, which will just execute your XML code. So we'll just take advantage of this XML parser to execute our XML payload, which will just get us some of the files, which can be the server files or the client files. So let's see how this works. So we'll see how this works in the detail in the next lecture, but let's see what this request and response would be. So you can see here, this is the post method. That means you are giving something over here with this command. So if you just remember something like in the case of HTML, there can be, let me say, paragraph. So that can be the paragraph field. You'll just write something in the paragraph. You'll just enclose or basically close that paragraph field right here. But in the case of this XML, the tags are basically user defined. So it is not predefined as of HTML. So you can define any tag in the case of XML. So this is your XML code over here. So when you just pass this XML code, the response which is given by the XML parser would be only the hello world, because it is going to parse the text inside your, or basically what is inside this field, or basically what is inside this entity or the tag. So this is the work of XML parser. Let's see in the detail how this works with the simple picture over here. So let me just show you the simple picture right here. So first of all, you could see here that it is a file system that contains the password. So basically this is the server file system which contains this password field, and this is the hacker. So hacker will just do something like XML parser. Basically it will just give the XML code which is in the form of XML external entity, and it will just pass this to the XML parser, and parser will execute that XML code. It will retrieve that system file, and it will show that back to the hacker in this format that is just hidden, or basically that is inside this file system. So all you need to do in the XML external entity attack is simply make the payload in the XML, pass it in the field that is vulnerable. It will just get that XXE attack, and it will just retrieve that file from the file system, give it back to the hackers. So we'll see how this work, how the XXE work in particularly in the next lecture in the lab section, and basically we'll see how this work, how to exploit and see how to make the payloads, how to inject the payload, how to make use of a burp suite and the intruder of the burp suite to inject the payload of XML, and see how this XXE attack work in live websites. So see you in the next one.